second grade. We've had so much fun comparing three-digit numbers this week, and we're going to wrap it up today with a little bit of a challenge. So we're going to go ahead and get our targets ready, and then we're going to just jump right in. Are you ready? I can compare two three-digit numbers using place value. And we've been doing this all week long, right? So we have two numbers, and they're both three-digit numbers. And we're using this place value. That means how much is this place worth? If it's in the hundreds place, how much is it worth? 100. If it's in the tens place, how much is each one worth? You're right, 10. And what if it's in the ones place? Yep, it's worth 1. So when we have these numbers or these digits in a different place, the value is different. So when we talk about that place value, we're talking about where is that number, what place is it in, and how much is it worth when it's in that place. So we're going to look at these numbers right here, and we're not going to use all of them every single time, but I'm going to have you make some three-digit numbers with these 4 numbers. You can choose whatever 3 you want. You can even use it more than once. So for example, maybe I make the number 358. I use my 3, I use my 5, and I use my 8. In this case, my 3 is worth 300. My 5 is worth 50. And my 8 is just worth 1. But guess what? If I want to make the number 835, now how much is my 8 worth? It's not worth 1 anymore. Yes, it's worth 800. How much is my 3 worth now? 30. Not worth 300 anymore. It's worth 30. And now how much is my 5 worth? That's right. It's worth 5. Not 50 anymore. It all depends on where it lands and what place it's in. So you're going to make some three-digit numbers, and I'm just going to give you a few minutes to do that. I want you to go ahead and make as many three-digit numbers as you can. You might make 4. You might make 8. You might make 6. However many you can make. Go ahead and use these numbers to make some three-digit numbers. Now remember I said you can use it more than once? So maybe you want to make 800, right? Or 558. You can use one of those numbers more than once. Go ahead and start writing some of those three-digit numbers down. And when you think you have written as many as you can, I want you to put your thumb in front of your tummies. I still want you to do as many as you can, but I'm going to give you about 2 minutes to do it, okay? All right, go ahead and make those numbers. How many digits is in your number? How much is your 5 worth when it's in that number? How much is your 3 worth? And your 0? That's right. Take a peek at those 3 numbers. How much is your 8 worth in that one? How about your 4? Or how about your 5? And how about your 3? Ooh, you have all the same number there. How much are they worth in each of those? Yes. Oh my goodness, you already have 4 three-digit numbers written. You are on fire. We're going to start coming back together. If you need some more time at home, please feel free to pause this video and give yourself a little bit longer to come up with some of those numbers, and then go ahead and play us again. All right, my friends that are right around here, what are some of the numbers we have written down? Okay, 530. You can start just popcorning them out. 308, 800. 888. Oh my goodness, can I stop for a second? There are 3 8s in this number. Are they all worth the same value? No. We have this one. What value is this? 800. What about this one? 80. What about this one? Just 8. 888. Same number, different place, so they are worth something different. Shoot me out some more. 503. 850. Let's do 2 more. Okay. Ooh. All right. 805. Does anyone have another one in the 300s? Okay. How about 385? Is that all the numbers we can make with these digits? No. And if you have other ones on your page, you're welcome to use those in the next activity. These are just some for us to start having up and start thinking through. So now it's part of our next job. It's really kind of fun. We've been spending a lot of time talking about these symbols. In fact, look, we have them right over here. We have our bloop is greater than bloop. Bloop is less than bloop. And let's read this one together. I bet I don't even have to say it. Is equal to yes. So now you're going to choose some of the numbers that you have up here to make these expressions true, or make these equations or number sentences true. So if we have this one, it needs to be greater than this one. This number needs to be what? Yes, less than this number. And these two need to be what? The same. Yes, absolutely. Go ahead, and I want you to write these expressions, and I want you to pop in those numbers that you think fit it. Go ahead, and at your spots, plug those numbers in. How do you know this one is more than this one? Ooh. How do you know that this one is less than this one? These are the same because... So if I was to do this and this, would they still be the same? But they're the same numbers. Why not? That 3 is worth 30, and it's only worth 3 in that one. Right. Good job. Remember that place value. What are each of those worth? Let's come on back together and take a peek at this. Oh, what are some numbers we can plug in here? Go ahead. 888 is greater than what? 835. Ooh, that's our learning from yesterday. They had the same hundreds, don't they? How do you know that this number is greater than this number? Because 8 tens is worth 80 and 3 tens is worth 30. Very good. And 80 is more than 30. Good work. What about this one? Friend over here. 385. 583. Same numbers though. They're in a different order. How do you know that this number is less than this number? Because 300 is less than 500s. What place did you need to look at? We had to look at the hundreds place. What place did we look at over this one? The tens place. And why did we look at the tens place here, but not at this one? Yes, this one, the hundreds place, was the same. So we had to hop over to that next digit, didn't we? Okay, what about this one? Ooh, what are we going to put in there? 530. And what's equal to 530, everybody? 530. My goodness. Yes, 530 is the same as 530. What if I had written it like this? Would it have been the same? Why not? Because my 3 is worth 30 here, and my 3 is only worth 3 here. So that would not have stayed the same. They would not be equal anymore. You are correct. Oh, kiss your brains. You are really grabbing on to this idea of comparing these 3-digit numbers. Yes, yes, yes. Let's take a peek at launch number 2. Jason was given 3 number cards. He was given an 8, a 3, and a 6. Going back up here, what was the biggest number we had up here? Why 888? Because it had the biggest number in the hundreds place, the biggest number in the tens place, and the biggest number in the ones place. So as we think about this number, or these numbers, which one, now we can only use it once, right? So for example, I might make the number 836, or I could make the number 683. So I can put them in any order, but I have to use those 3 digits, and I can only use them once this time. We had a little warm up here. We got to use these 3 numbers, and we can only use them once for each of these numbers, okay? So I want you to think about, how can we use these 3 numbers to make the biggest number? The biggest number. Go ahead and show me what you're going to be writing. Why do you think this is the biggest number? Okay, you have the 8 in the 100 spot. So you have 836. Is there any number that you could write that's bigger than that? I'm going to come back to you. What number do you have? What number's in the hundreds place? And the tens? Why'd you put your 6 there instead of in the ones place? 63 is bigger than 36. All right, coming together in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Okay, friends, I have 2 different things that I'm seeing out and about. I'm seeing for all of my friends, and you might see this at home too, every one of you had an 8 in the hundreds place. Every one of you had that. Yes. So I'm going to write our 2 options down here. Okay? I had one that wrote this number and one that wrote this number. We have 836 and 863. Which one is bigger? Thumb in front of your tummies when you think that you know. I'm seeing lots of thumbs. Okay, what I want you to do, if you're here on my carpet, I want you to turn and face your partner. Don't say anything yet. If you are at home, I want you to find someone in your house. And I want you to tell them, and here on the carpet, you're going to tell your partner which one you think is bigger and why. And I want you to make sure that you're going back to that place value. That means I want you to be thinking about how much is that number in that place worth. Okay, what is its value? If you're on my carpet, I want my peanut butter partners to go first, and then my jellies can go next. At home, find somebody and tell them what you think. Why do you think this one is the bigger number? Partner, be thinking whether you agree or disagree, and get ready to explain why. Oh, I'm having lots of really great conversations. Flip your partnerships and my jellies, listen, you're going to say, I agree with you because, or you're going to say, I disagree with you because. And I want you to explain why. At home, if your parent or your sibling says, ooh, I agree, they might also say, I disagree. So we want to always explain our thinking and justify why we think what we do. Go ahead, partners, or at home, tell your partner whether you agree or disagree and why. Why do you disagree? What is the value of the 6 in this one? And how is it greater than the 3 and the 3 in the first and the other one? Why do you agree? What is the value of that number? If you and your partner had a conversation, you changed your thinking, I want you to put your hand up. Maybe you said something first, and then when your partner said, I disagree and why, you went, oh, yeah, you're right. That is true. Look at you changing your thinking. Mathematicians change their thinking all the time. All the time. That's how we learn. Sometimes we have something in our minds, and when someone explains their thinking, we are learning something new, right? We're thinking about our thinking, and that's what helps us grow as learners and what helps us grow as mathematicians. I love seeing you friends be brave and say that you know that you were wrong and that you changed your thinking. You can use that new learning from now on. All right, if you think the biggest number is 336, raise your hand. Now nobody has their hand up. Why is 863 the biggest number we can make? Right, because that's 6, we have our 800, our 6 is worth 60, and that's more than 30. And then we have our 3. So we had to start with our biggest number in the hundreds place, our biggest number in our tens place that was left, and then the last number in our ones place. So using that knowledge, what would our smallest number be? Would we start with that 800, or that 8, that 6, or that 3 to make the smallest number? Go, go, gadgets. You got this. Why are you starting with that number? And how much is it worth? What number are you putting in your tens place? How much is it worth? Why didn't you put the 8 in there? Coming together in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. If you're at home, feel free to pause us. Every one of you wrote this 3 in the hundreds place. Why? It's the smallest number. 300 is less than 600, is less than 800. Okay, so what number are we putting in our tens place? What number did you put in your tens place? Why'd you put a 6 in the tens place on this number? 60 is less than what? It's less than 80. And so what number is going to come last? There's that 8 coming last. So our smallest number is 368. Our biggest number here, our smallest number here. Okay, kiddos, this is your job. This is your little exit ticket. I want you to write these two numbers, and I want you to draw the symbol in the middle that compares these two, okay? Is this one greater than this one, less than this one, or equal to this one? And when you're done, you can go play your 3-digit compare game. Remember, when we're comparing our 3-digit numbers, we're using that place value. How much is each of those worth? Happy playing.